Bruce Lee. Oh man, talking about my boy now, Bruce Lee. What? Okay, all right. I don't even know where to start. I don't even have enough time to squeeze all this in. But Bruce Lee was like the father I never had, the mentor I never had. Um, he went and studied philosophy, studied multiple martial arts, boxing, Jeet Kune Do. He created the way of the intercepting fist, Tai Chi, Wing Chun, Ninjutsu, Shaolin. I mean, he studied all these arts and many other in fencing and philosophy. I mean, just everything he could, he devoured and turned into a single awesome art form. And this also, I want to send out a uh, much love to Ip Man and his son for everything that they've done and that the son continues to inspire. Thank you. Thank you for that work. You've definitely made an impression upon people, including which was Bruce Lee, who continues to go on to inspire people. This man's inspired video games and books and concepts and changed the whole art form, created mixed martial arts. I mean, just everything. Unfortunately, all the greats seem to die before they can see the fruition of their works, you know. And I don't know, there's something to be said about that, I guess. Anyway, Bruce Lee studied so many art forms and became his own master. He already mastered a lot of the forms, and then he took the mastery of those things and made himself into a master. And he was a brilliant person. He was deep. He was caring. Like I said, everything about Bruce Lee, he still inspires. Um, he's still a part of me, you know. And some of the younger generation, which are all about shock and awe, you know, even Michael Jai White, he's since recanted his statement, but was like, "Oh, I could beat Bruce Lee," or people are like Bruce Lee wasn't that good. It's easy for you to sit back and say Bruce Lee wasn't that good when you never fought him. You never met him. You weren't in the ring watching somebody. I'm watching documentaries on YouTube still to this day, and people are on there who are grown ass men who held world championships, like what's his name? Was it like, well, Bob Wall fought him, and Chuck Norris fought him, and he sparred and got down with Jackie Chan. All these grown people who are not to be messed with in the first place are like, Bruce Lee was a bad MFer. Okay, now when these people who have whooped countless people tell you they don't necessarily want to mess with them, like they'll jump in the ring with them, but it ain't. They're not stepping in joyfully. Okay, that should tell you something. So all you people out there who want to be like, oh, Bruce Lee wasn't the best. He was the best at what he did. Does that mean there wasn't somebody who was stronger, or maybe faster, or more creative? Who knows? There's lots of untold, unsung heroes out there, you know. But Bruce Lee was the one who stepped to the front of the line, put it all together, and he had no equal. Does not mean that there's somebody out there right now training in their garage could not have possibly beat Bruce Lee. It's not what I'm saying. I'm saying is that matchup never happened. Michael Jordan's good, but I've seen people out on in ghettos and in the hood shooting hoops all day that didn't miss shots against regular people, or very rarely, or were almost unstoppable. You know what I mean? And that's actually where Michael Jordan started. You know, so there are a lot of untold stories out there. But as far as the known ones, he brought it together all with class. And that's something that a lot of this new generation doesn't have. They don't have class. They're all about shock and awe, and they don't have any respect for themselves, first of all, and that's where it starts. Everything's got a price, and it is what it is. But Bruce Lee, he was a master. He was a master on so many levels that people can only go, oh, well, he was just good at that. You have to take the fact that when you're fighting somebody, you don't know which way they're going to move, and you can adapt. You're faster. Read his books. You want to, you know what? Just go read his books. I've got his books. Go read his books. I've watched all of his films, everything Bruce Lee ever made and done and said. All right. When you're talking about you can punch somebody 6 to 8 times a second, when the cameras can't record your movements because it's blurry, all they get is a blur when they slow it down. When you're talking about they have to tell him to slow it down. When you're talking about you can kick somebody 4 or 5 times a second, most people can barely punch 1 time a second, maybe 2. Okay, so try doubling or tripling that. So go get his books, read up. If you made it this far, you're definitely on the right path. Go check out Bruce. Wow! Be like water, my friend. Water can flow and it can crash. It can penetrate the hardest rock. It can fit into any container. Be like water, my friend.